Swimming enthusiast Cody Miller here. Will the Olympic champion David Papechi ever set another world record again? What do you think? Is Team China's Pan, the new 100-meter freestyle world record holder, doing something fishy? Today, we're gonna talk about both of those things. Let's head to my office. Dear Cody, this past summer, David Papechi won the Olympic gold medal in the 200 freestyle. His winning time was much slower than I expected. What do you think is more impressive, the gold medal win or his 1:42 200 freestyle from a few years ago? Do you think David will continue to dominate the 200 freestyle for years to come? Can he break the world record? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. I've been watching you for years and I love the show. Thanks. All right, thank you for that question, Jonathan. Let's dive into this. Does David Papechi have the capability of breaking the world record in the 200-meter freestyle? Yes. He swam a 1:42.9, the fastest textile swim ever, the third fastest time ever swam in history, when he was like 16 or 17 years old. Papechi is already one of the greatest swimmers of all time. He's an individual Olympic champion. He's a former world record holder. He's very incredible. He's only 20 years old, so he could have another 5, 6, 7 years of potentially setting new world records. Is he capable of that? Yes. Will that happen? I don't know, and here's why. Absolutely 100%, the hardest thing for an Olympic swimmer to do is to maintain dominance. Once you've struck gold, literally, and made it as an individual champion and set a record, it is so hard to repeat that because now the pressure of the world is on your shoulders. Now everyone expects it. After Papechi's 2022 World Championship performances, we, all the swimmers in the swimming world, just expected him to win and expected him to be the best. But after going 1:42.9, the third fastest textile time ever, everyone thought that he was gonna blow everybody away. The question was, how much faster is he gonna get? The question is he actually gonna break that Paul Biederman 200 freestyle world record? Now, maybe that he's finally won that Olympic gold medal, the pressure of becoming an individual champion is gone, and he could just focus in on trying to make himself the fastest 200 freestyler. Or, as we've seen hundreds of times, it's really hard to come back from because now you have that level of expectation for yourself and from the public. One of the things I'm most interested in the swimming world is the next few years in David Papechi's career, because it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna be sky high or it's gonna be tough. At least that's my prediction. What would you rather do? Win an Olympic gold medal or set a world record? In my opinion, that's an easy answer. It's win an Olympic gold medal because history remembers gold medalists, not the times. We, the swimmers, if you're watching this channel, if you're a swim nerd like myself, you love to follow world record progressions, you love to follow times. I love that stuff. But at the end of the day, that's not what the world cares about. And a world record can be set at virtually any time, at any swim meet around the world. But you only have one shot to win the Olympic gold medal every 4 years. And that's what the history books remember. And I think that that in itself means more and is more important and way more people would rather have. You would rather have that Olympic gold medal for the rest of your life, that accomplishment over setting a world record. If you have to, if we're splitting hairs here saying which is more important, which means more, it's clearly the gold medal. But maybe that's just my opinion. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Am I crazy? Would you rather set a world record? A 1:42 200 meter freestyle is more impressive than any gold medal. However, in my opinion, a gold medal means more, and a gold medal is more important. Can David break Pan's 46.4 100 freestyle world record that he set at the Paris Olympics? How much faster can that world record get? What do you all think? Let me know down there below. Now, before we go any further and dive into the legitimacy of Pan's world record, have you ever stopped and tried to think about what your body's trying to tell you on a daily basis? Whether that's bloating after a meal, a sudden dip in energy, or just feeling off without really knowing why? These signs are your body's way of saying, hey, something's not right. With all the supplements out there, do you ever wonder what your body really needs? I've been there, and not all supplements are helpful and healthy for you specifically. That's where today's sponsor, Viome, completely changed the game for me. Viome is an at-home health test that will analyze your body to determine your nutrition and supplement recommendations. With Viome's test, you'll be able to discover which foods may be creating swelling or gut imbalances throughout your body. As I've gotten older, I've just noticed certain things don't sit well with me anymore, like eggs, which is a bummer. You no longer need to wait months and months to find out if a diet is working for you. The test is super easy to take and you get your results back within 2 to 3 weeks via the app. My favorite metric is the biological age. You'll find out if you're aging faster than you should. I'm not in peak Olympic caliber shape anymore, but fortunately for me, I'm aging fairly well. I'm doing better than your average 33-year-old. This is something that I'm gonna track for the remainder of my life. I'm very interested in longevity, things that will extend my life. Viome is offering you, my viewers, a discount of $110 off your first test. Click the link in the description below or head to tryviome.com/Cody110 and use code Cody110 to save big. Thank you, Viome, for sponsoring this video. And now let's get to what we all want to talk about here. There's been a lot of talk about Pan's 100 freestyle world record and the Chinese national team as a whole. Greetings, Cody. My question is about the new sprint king, China's Pan Zhenglu. He smashed the world record in the men's 100 free at the Paris Olympics. This summer, you expressed frustration with Team USA losing the 4x100 medley relay to China. Is this because you think Pan is cheating? Should Pan's world record be scrutinized? My teammates and I think China should be banned after they had 23 positive drug tests. His world record isn't valid in my opinion. I hope we get to hear your thoughts on this situation. Thanks. Okay, and that is not the only submission about this kind of stuff that I've received over the past few months. China won gold in the 4x100 medley relay at the Paris Olympics this summer. And I was admittedly a bit sour about that. I'm still a little bit sour about that, for a few different reasons. Number one, that's a relay that I am a part of the legacy of, that I was a part of. And up until this past Olympics, we'd never lost. Team USA had only ever won that race. And so eventually all streaks have to be broken. You can't win forever in anything. It was just unfortunate that we just didn't win. Didn't matter who beat us. It's just, we lost. You know, and so that obviously, like, that was hurtful for me, for my country, for my friends, for people that I know that were on my relay. So yeah, like, I was a little salty about that. Still am. We got to get it back, especially because the next Olympics is here on home soil, here in LA. Like, we got to get that one back for real. Now, the fact that we lost to China hurts, not because I have anything against China, but because what we all in the swim world know has been going on. I mean, just that year they had 23 positive drug tests. Not a good look. And a few of the swimmers that were on that gold medal winning relay were on that list of failed drug tests. You would be justified in at least raising an eyebrow to that. Like, it's painful to hear that. You know, it's one thing if a country has one or two or a few, but over 20, I mean, I'm not gonna get into that whole thing, but it's a little bit crazy, and it doesn't look good. Now, on the question of Pan specifically, do I think that he's cheating? Should we look at his world record with skepticism? Here's what I think. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. And other than the fact that Pan happens to be from China, we have no reason to suspect that that dude is doing anything illegal. Pan was not one of the 23 Chinese athletes that had failed drug tests. He's never had a failed drug test. And to my knowledge, he doesn't train at that facility in that part of China with most of those athletes. The only thing Pan has in common with those athletes is that every few times a year at big competitions, he represents his country. You know, it would be no different than, you know, one of my favorite people of all time, one of my favorite swimmers, Caleb Dressel, right? Hypothetical. Caleb Dressel broke a bunch of world records at a big competition. If 3 or 4 or 5 swimmers in Utah tested positive, that would have nothing to do with Caleb because Caleb lives in Florida. They're thousands of miles apart. They don't train together. The only time there's any direct association is when they're on the US national team together at a major competition, just a few times a year. We can't just assume someone's cheating just because there's been some suspicious activity in one of those countries. It's just not fair. So yes, in my opinion, Pan's world record is totally legitimate. If I ever had the opportunity to meet him, I would shake his hand and tell him that I'm impressed and inspired by him. And in any situation with any athlete, unless there's concrete evidence to suggest, nigh prove that there is something fishy going on, we have to assume the best, right? Innocent until proven guilty. I'm inspired by Pan's world record. It is one of the greatest swims I've ever seen. 46.4 in the 100 meter freestyle is amazing. Will he ever break it again? I don't know. He's capable. He's also really young. That's what's exciting right now in swimming, is there's a handful of people that can keep pushing the boundaries. You know, David Papechi's pretty young. Who knows? Maybe he does get closer to that 46.4 or maybe even break it. Maybe Pan breaks it again at this summer's World Championships. We're gonna find out, but it's an exciting time to be a swim fan. Anyway, that's what I think. More importantly, what do you all think? Let me know in the comments section down there below. Am I crazy? Thank you all for joining me today. Check this out. It is 5 degrees outside. The lake, frozen solid. Yeah, Still winter here. If you would like a personalized video from me to you or someone you know, for whatever reason, I am available on Cameo. If you'd like to book me for a speaking event or a swim clinic, I am scheduling events for the year. Operation 50 miles in 50 states is in effect. Send me an email to CodyMillerShow@gmail.com, and maybe we'll be racing in your home pool sometime soon. Every event that I do, everyone gets to race me. It's one of my favorite things. We have merch. Air is overrated. Head to CodyMillerSwim.com. New videos every Wednesday, and until my next one, I will see you all